Hey guys, it's the Mississippi Kid, and welcome back to another episode of Smackdown. Here comes the Pain Cause 2026 roster. And if you watched the 30,000 minute long Randy Orton video, you heard say, "Oh, we'll get to that in the next video." And this is the next video with Kevin Owens. We talked about. Well, I mentioned the segment from Smackdown. Let's talk about that, shall we? So, still to this day, I'm wondering, was that real? Was that just them being so good at their job? Or whatever it was some intense television, and if it's real, I just hope both of them can put it aside and just give us a great in-ring match of the year. That's all I've been wanting, because this has been my dream match for Punk since he came back. CM Punk and Kevin Owens, like, just from the in-ring, if we're just talking in-ring, man, if they could be professional, match of the year. I don't know if KO calling Punk a miserable piece of shit was in the script. I don't know if Punk mouthing and pointing to his neck at Owens was in the script, but that kind of got me heated when Punk started pointing at his neck. And Owens said, "You're gonna do what to my neck?" I'm like, "You ain't gonna do jack shit, you piece of shit." You know, they want to go that route with it. That got me. They did their job there. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie there. Not gonna lie. 26 years old, I still get into it like a 6-year-old. You know. I reacted the same way when Ova came out and powerbombed Brock. I was screaming at the TV like, "Get him!" Yeah, like I was into it. I was feeling it. You know, that's what pro wrestling is supposed to do. It's supposed to make you feel emotion. Excuse me, boys and girls, children of... Just trying to do the New Age Outlaws intro. Of course, I'll put the reference in the description. This is the hair they used, and it kind of looks accurate. Looks a little... You know, you zoom out and it kind of looks like him. Yeah, that Kevin Owens impression wasn't... I mean, it can kind of... if I have the right tone and try to do the accent just right. Nah. Best if I shut my fucking mouth. I hope this one isn't 30 minutes, guys. I'm very sorry again for that being unnecessarily 30 minutes. I don't know if it's because I did my impression too long or if I stuck on something too long in the formula right here, you know. I wrestle, first of all, I wrestle in shorts, not pants. That's one of the reasons I love KO. Now we go to the other arm. That's alright. Because on the reference video, there is no left sleeve. So... But I don't know if it says live. I think it says live, but the E is backwards. But I put lion. Turn it. It'll be horizontal. Flip. It'll be like that. Press square once and move it down to like. Not all the way down to the wrist, about like right there maybe. Gonna put Undertaker's skull right. We're gonna keep it the same size and turn it just about right there maybe. Make it a little darker, and the transparency -70. I had to look it up because the original reference didn't have the sleeve tattoo, and I saw it Friday night, and I'm like, okay, I gotta add that. So I just looked it up. I just looked it up. Yeah, we're gonna do an impromptu opacity change. Yeah, I forgot on this game to have short sleeve shirts. All you have to do is just change the length. And I'm just like... Okay, yeah, KO. For the KO, let me go to... It won't be this font, it'll be this one. Font number 5, put KO. Put it about right there. There we go. Let me go back and show you all the color. Alright, that appeared to be it on the layer list. Now let's go to figure. Y'all get that? It doesn't really matter because figure is the body morphing anyway. Okay, I think I might have done that already. Alright. I think the feet is usually the same on all of them. Height, I don't know if I changed the height. No, I didn't. I never changed the height at all. Put about 6'1" maybe. I don't know how tall Kevin Owens is. Attribute you can do on your own. These are my logics, you don't have to, just mine. Now let's go to the entrance and moveset. Okay, for the entrance, music, I put original 1. You guys hear that? Alright. Smackdown for the movie, and Moves Ronnie Mac, which is a generic motion, but it's slower, and it kind of works, but you can do your own entrance motion. Victory. Fortunately, have that guy. But it's whatever. It works. It's better than the generic motion, just standing on the top rope. Again, this is my moveset. Walking and running are normal, you know. Super kick, because for some reason they don't have the super kick as an attack, so that's the closest thing I can get. I just love back chop, axe handle, enziguri. Pop-up power bomb, even though it didn't sit out, even though he never did a sit out pop-up power bomb, you know, that's the closest animation. This just looks like a Kevin Owens move. I know it's the same one I used for Styles. I know I used this one for Styles too. Splash, Moonsault. These are all pretty accurate. I don't know if he ever does a front flip, but I just put that in there. Another Moonsault. STF as an homage to John. That's just mine. There's a super kick. Which, I mean, he does flip over the rope, right? When he does a, I don't know. That's just what I put. I've never seen him do that either, but that's what I put. I've never really seen him dive onto like the standing opponent and they don't have a cannonball option. There's a Swanton, does that a lot. Frog Splash. Those look pretty accurate, right? That seems more accurate to be the normal. Change that to switch it. Did they not have the senton ball? Nope. Why not? Of course, for the stutter, for the finisher, we have the stutter. And believe it or not, they have the package pile driver. I was like, wow, all right. I'm like, that's perfect. They're the favorite. I love the special, the same. The weapon special is the same. Alright, that does it for this edition of the 2026. Here comes the Pain Call roster. See more freaking awesome videos when we break out into the next one.